Deep in the jungles of Leyte, on the farm of Charles and Caroline Bellis, lies a crop that has tremendous potential to elevate the economic status of those who farm it. That crop is the spice vanilla. Vanilla, native to Mexico and Central America, is a crop that the Aztecs were already mixing into their chocolate centuries ago. The flower blooms just one day, sometimes only a few hours. In its home turf, a rare stingless bee does the pollination. Everywhere else, including almost the entire world supply, farmers hand pollinate every single flower with a tiny stick. It's super labor intensive. After pollination, the green pods grow 6 to 9 months. Then comes curing, blanching, sweating in the sun, wrapping at night, drying for weeks or months until those pods turn dark, aromatic, and develop the signature vanilla in flavor. Real vanilla is the second most expensive spice on earth after saffron. Prices have hit over $600 per kilo in peaks, way more than silver some years. Madagascar grows about 80% of the world's supply, which is why it's called bourbon vanilla. But here's the exciting part for us in the Philippines. Vanilla farming is starting to take off right here. Our tropical climate, rich volcanic soil, and shade from trees like the cocoa tree make places like Leyte perfect for it. The eastern Visayas, Leyte especially, has the humidity and rainfall that vanilla vines crave. Farmers are already experimenting with vanilla cuttings, building trellises, and seeing their first harvest in 3 years.
So welcome back to our channel again. Here we are in Kuya Bello's farm, and I am asking him some question because I want to start also like this in Aklan. I want to plant vanilla also. So what's the first step, Kuya? What should we think or use for preparation?
First thing is, if you're going to do poles, trees, if you're thinking about doing it in a couple years, you can plant trees and research the trees that you use. There are certain kinds of trees. And then, then if you want to do pole grid system like me, then just basically do your pole, build the poles and then order. Once you get your grid close to complete with it, because it seems to take the longest stuffing these poles because it's labor intensified. So once you're close to getting your poles done, then order in your vanilla and you can start pinning. But what I really want to do, guys, is let's walk up there with Karen and have her pin a vanilla to a post really quick.
Yeah,
can we do
that's
that?
what I want to learn. Because when we arrive here, it's already it's already pinned. So it's my first time. So let's go.
That's my lovely. Okay, I'm gonna have you walk her through. This is my lovely wife, all maxed up. She doesn't like to be seen. Very low self-esteem. Just kidding. She just doesn't like to be seen. So she's gonna, here, I'll hold the mic there, Karen. And you're gonna pin one with, Dudong's pinning one, but you're gonna pin one with, right, yeah, let's pin one on here. So show her how to do that, babe, so. Now we just learned that it's good to let the stem touch the ground. So once the stem's touching the ground, you might want to come on this side, James. Yeah, better view. There you go. So once that stem touches the ground, then she's going to tie it. Now make sure you tie it not tight because that stem might grow before it roots in. It might get fatter, so you kind of want to tie it a little bit loose, but kind of snug.
Good.
So she's going to tie that. Usually 3 to 4 zip ties per will pin that cutting on that beautiful pole that we engineered. That's actually a new one, 16-inch rebar with 12 cross members, 12 millimeter crosses. Okay, she's showing her where to put it, see. Now see, the root's gonna come out there. See, Karen, there's a root right there. So a new one will pop out there. That one's probably gonna dry. We waited a little bit too long on this. Okay, and then she'll do her last one.
Pusa naman siya ate, nadidikit.
Yeah. Once the root comes out,
You good? So there you go. How's it feel to pin 500 US dollars to a post?
Wow.
Wow.
If that kind of money, kuya, is past workers.
That's fast for 500, isn't it? Yeah.
One more.
Okay, she's gonna do another one.
Yes, one more, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Before they let the floodgates open in Madagascar, each of these plants were matured were worth 750 USD. Since they've lost half their value. So
Still a lot of money.
it's still ungodly amount of money. So I got to figuring, guys, so with your cutlings and stuff, these poles are only cost about $20 to $30. That's with the vanilla pinned, and they'll produce 500 USD after they're mature. It's very monotonous work, but it's only once, you know, once you do it, then you're done. You know, you just got to water that pole, make sure that vanilla root's in there.
So how many years until you get a return on investment?
On a mature plant, you should be able to get a return in 3 years.
3 years.
Even my supplier said 2 to 2.5.
Okay.
Because these are really mature. Now these are coming certified. They're certified. So there she goes. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, James, it's very easy, kuya.
Yeah, that's $500 you just did.
Yeah.
So what other questions do you have about starting a vanilla farm?
Yeah, about the exposure to sun.
Okay.
It should be.
So see where you posted them? So the sun, here, go and hold the mic. So the sun sets in the west, rises in the east. So you're looking up and the sun's right there. So that's why, see how she placed them on the back side of this post? This is all open to sun.
Exposed.
So if you place them on this side, and I really keep emphasizing this, they're gonna fry. So they didn't listen to me the first time, but they're listening now after we have 15 ones that need, you know, we have 15 plants that need regurgitated. I mean, we're trying to resuscitate them because they put them in direct sun and I didn't catch them till late. But now they're doing it. Now we're good. So we're learning as we go, you know. It's like trial and error, like everything. So, but yeah. So you want to have that perfect canopy, like I was saying yesterday. Like out there, it's perfect, you know. And you can tell by the growth. Like James, see, that's a mature vanilla. See how big that leaf is? I think they just pinned this today. See how big that leaf is? That's mature. They're saying maybe 2.5 years I'll have beans. Now this was not done today because this was another mistake. This should be touching the ground.
Okay.
So I mean, you can do this if you keep the post wet all the time, but once this vanilla or once this coconut husks dry out, then it has to so a survival technique with these stems it'll shoot a runner out the bottom of this into the ground, and that waters it. And I found them on the dry ones that are close to the ground. They're shooting them into the ground. They're runnerets. So these are runners here. See that runner right there? Now that one's dry, but so they shoot that in there to and I think this is only about 2 weeks old, but it still looks very good. I mean, that's because this is a perfect setting with the canopy, see? Perfect setting. So, but they're really learning. Everybody, and I really want it, guys, if you have a family like James, and say he has a couple brothers and a sister and Karen, and you do this, really include them. Like my workers, they're going to own 20% of this farm. So if you include, you know, your workers and you pay a crop share, you know, bonuses, then they're going to perform way better. If they're only working for hourly and you're only paying them really bad, then they're not going to perform at all. Okay?
Yep. This is more than coconut, kuya. you can earn more than coconut.
Way more now. James and I had it wrong yesterday, so you know. If you seen the little short, you didn't see the, yeah, maybe you did. But we had it wrong. So you figure, okay, say this whole post, now this is the wrong one, James, show them the post, it's the wrong one that they did when I was gone. But say this whole post is $25, right? So that's including everything. The labor, the netting, the clippings, if you can get them at that good a rate, which I think you can. You should be able to build that post for 25 bucks. Okay, so you got 500, so just divide 25 or 500 divided by 25, and that's what your rate of return is. It's astronomically better than anything in the Philippines. It's like 20 times your money of your initial investment. You just have to wait. And I'm not going to answer questions so you guys know on my, if you get really technical on my Facebook page, I'm not going to answer that. That's up to you to do your own R&R because every place is different. Even like Panay Island, where they're going to go ahead and do a nice farm, to this island, there's differential in there between humidity, weather, altitude has a big thing, big deal with it. So they're gonna, they'll run into issues that I don't have, or I'm gonna run into issues that they won't have. So I can't really say, well, this is gonna do this here. This. All I can tell you is this plant grows extremely well. It grows for what it takes in a year. This plant will grow in 4 months. A third of the time. It'll grow literally in 4 months what it usually takes a year.
Wow.
So it's that much faster, here in the Philippines with the right humidity and everything's perfect. Okay?
Yep, it's good.
Any other questions?
For me, no. Nothing.
You're gonna grow this stuff?
Yeah, I want to try. It's
put
good.
vanilla ice cream?
Vanilla ice cream, vanilla pizza,
Vanilla Coke.
vanilla
You
Coke.
dump it in your Coke. Yeah, I love it in the Coke.
Yeah. Wow. I don't have idea before about vanilla.
No one really-
Thanks to Kuya Belus.
Yeah, no one really
Yeah.
does have that, or they couldn't figure it out. Stone Cold was saying ginseng. What did you get? We got all kinds of goofy guesses as far as what the secret crop was. But now you know the secret crop, and if you want in, I would suggest to get in on it now. Better late than never. So I want to just make an example here. How long have you guys been together?
2022 since.
So 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
So 3 years. See, if James and Karen would have met and they would have came here sooner, they would already be producing vanilla already. And look how fast that 3 years went, James. It goes by fast. I've been here 6 years, man. So it's like, yeah, totally get in it. Get your poles up. Get your sprouts, your cutlings on your poles. Start doing it. And like Karen said, her mom's going to, she loves orchids and stuff.
She loves orchids.
She's going to babysit them, man. And they're going to do well. You're going to do really well if you get Nanny or puts mom on there. Yeah, you'll do really well. Okay. So yeah, we were just talking, Karen and I. We're going to do a irrigation pump, and we're going to have a massive tank up there. I don't know how many liters. It's going to be big, and a water tower up there, and then we're going to gravity feed this so we have water. But we will pump to the tank, and then we'll just run on gravity. And if anybody wants to know, under 1 foot of water, there is 0.433 psi. So if you was to take a pressure gauge and you check that, so for about every foot you got about 1 psi, 0.433 times 2. It's not quite, but you're roughly right around 1 psi. So if you got 10, you just do the math, and then you're going to get that much pressure. But that'll run this drip system that's going to go in here, and and it'll be mounted underneath the grid system, and they'll just slowly, drip into the tree, the artificial trees, and then they'll always have water.
Wow.
It's pretty easy. There is maintenance, like cutting weeds in between, and you'll get weeds that grow right on these poles. So you'll have to go clean the pole, and it's really finicky and not much work to it until harvest time comes, and then it's really not hard either. And there's tricks I was telling Karen about, you know, when you got the pods and how many beans you want for the
Yeah.
to get the perfect bean. And you know, because I've seen vanilla farmers and there's like 14, 15 beans on a pod. It's like, dude, you know, they're really screwing up.
Yeah, they want a lot.
Yeah,
They're
they
greedy.
want more. They're greedy. Yeah. So you want to limit your pods, and you can do the research. Well, I can tell you, I don't care. It's 5. You want 5 beans per pod. So that'll get you your best grade of bean. So if you have, you know, 12, 15 on a pod, all the water's got to be, you know, dispersed to all the beans. So they're going to be small. And if you got 5, you're going to get a big, fat, gourmet bean. And so you guys also know, if somebody's stealing your beans in the future, you just take a needle and you tattoo your bean. You just make little poke marks, like a little diamond or something. And then if you're thinking somebody's stealing your beans, when they go to sell them, they'll see that diamond and they'll look it up and it's like, oh, them came from Bell's Corporation. Yeah, it's called tattooing a vanilla bean.
It's okay to them mark, kuya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just do little pin pricks, you know, big.
Like a signature.
Yeah, it's a signature. They do it really a lot in Madagascar.
Yeah.
A lot of thieving in Madagascar, but here it won't be a bad problem because you got to process it to make it really worth your time.
They cannot earn money if they don't process it.
If somebody was to
not
come in
much.
here and steal beans, and they came in and stole beans, and they were like,
They
"Hey,
don't
I
know.
want to sell the beans. I want to sell the beans." In 24 hours, them beans are moldy. 24 hours,
Wow,
man.
it's
Yeah,
fast.
2 days. Yeah, 2 days, them beans are worthless. So they got to get them from the crop to the processing in 2 days, 24 hours. That's all the time you have to process the bean after it's picked. So yeah, as far as thieving, and we might, you know, this valley's wild west enough. They might just come in here and cut all the plants out, you know, just out of despite. So, but we will have a lot of cameras up and CCTV in the future, and we do have electricity coming in here. But yeah, so that's the water system. So this is ridiculously how good they grow in the Philippines. This plant's like 10 foot. When you get it, it's only under 3 foot. It's already at like 10 foot at 5 months old. That's how good vanilla grows. You won't smell it, or it doesn't have. And it's antifungal, anti-bug. Bugs hate it. They'll chaw off a little piece like that and say, "Hey, this leaf tastes like crap. I don't want to eat it." And they'll won't eat it. It takes care of itself. All but, you know, the pollination. This is what it is about, man. Come on, Philippines, wake up.
Then look at that.
Yeah, show them that one.
Wow, all the way up there.
Too tall. We
Yeah.
gotta turn it around.
Yeah, I'd say it likes to climb it.
How much more if
5
it's
months.
already years? Oh,
These are getting growth, and they're only 5 months old. They're already at 1.5 years, 2 years growth at 5 months.
All right, cool.
So we got this vanilla in, and this is a bad buy. So I ordered 10 of these plants to test. This was a bad buy. So it was a dying vanilla plant. So, but see how small it is? Now this is about 7 months old. But see how it's using the tree?
Yeah.
So it was almost dead.
So it's like parasitizing the tree?
Yeah, and it came out of
I
it.
see
and-
the roots. Yeah.
So you don't need to put these on specially made artificial trees, which I call the vanilla pole. You can do, like James said, do your research, and you can plant an orchard of trees, and you just tie this to the bottom, and then once they get to 7 foot, you loop them around, and the whole base of your tree is going to be sprouting vanilla, you know. Now I emphasize this is, in the Philippines it does wonderful.
Wow, this one is really liking this tree though.
It loves it, man. It's like totally in love with. Look at the growth. This
Crazy.
thing, yeah, totally amazed with. And like I said, it was probably 6 inches long and dead looking. So now look at it.
This is the most leaves of it, any of them.
Yeah, but
7 months old?
Yeah, 7 months old, but it's really small.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's going to take 3 years to mature to bloom, but maybe even longer. But it's okay, man. It was a dying plant, but like I said, they literally grow like weeds in the Philippines. For one, you got the humidity and the wet, especially in Leyte. There's a big black butterfly there, but you missed it. But
Oh yeah, we got them guys too. You know where they go? They go to Nanai's Orchids.
Okay.
They love
Well, it
them.
must probably come into this one. So this is a vanilla orchid. So you guys know vanilla are orchids, but yeah, totally the way to go, man. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
We're in really bad shape.
All right, so this is like a triage unit for the
Vanilla.
vanilla. You guys planted them in the more direct sun, not fully direct, but
well, the
too much.
workers did, and they actually died back. But so what we do, you put them in a shady area, you get them moist, and they'll revive themselves. Like I said, they're like weeds. They'll basically come to life, and then we'll repin them, and we'll be good. Now, yeah, so that's what, when you get them in, this is what they look like. They're called a cutting, and now, but like I said, they put them on the wrong side of the pole, and but long as this stem is not like black, and if it's black down to here, then this part's dead. But long as it's like this, you're still good.
Okay.
You're still good to revive them, and when they come over, like these are a little bit dry, but what I do is I just have Jerson dump some water on them and leave them. And you could put some chopped coconut husk and make it even better. But
all right. Yeah, well, that's good. That's an important thing to know.
Yep.
All right. Minimize losses. All right. What do you want, Queen Nene Put?
I want to grow like this, like Kuya Bella's farm. I want to plant vanilla in Aklan.
Are you kidding?
What did you said?
I know.
I have go zero here.
Well, that's different.
Seems like you can say yes because of this.
Give me some.
Only Coke Zero can make Jim's yes for vanilla. Or you want vanilla Coke?
Yeah, vanilla Coke.
Vanilla Coke. I never tried vanilla Coke.
If we grow vanilla, we can add extra.
You mix it.
Yeah. Mix.
Mix.
All right, so I made a bit of a mistake, I think, bringing Karen over here, because now she wants to be a vanilla farmer. So I'm committed to this vanilla farming venture in Ackland now. So we're not going to start out as ambitious as Bella's Traveler, but we're going to do it. We're going to, as soon as the weather is correct, we're going to go home and start planting. So Nene Put will be a vanilla farmer in the future. What do you think? What do you think, Nene Put?
Yeah. I want to try 100.
You like that, huh?
Yeah, I will trial and error. Look at a trial and error. We will test 100 poles. If it will work, yeah, we'll buy more.
Yeah. If we can get 100 established and they grow and we'll get a feel for it, we'll add another 100. So a lot of this is going to be about quality and branding, and not necessarily about quantity. Although I do respect economies of scale, so we're doing as best we can to produce as much as we can. But we want to make sure that we emphasize quality and do our branding, because vanilla is something you can. It's lightweight, and it has a high value to get a given amount of weight. So it's easy to export, and it stores. You can store it for 2 or 3 years, and
if you know the whole process.
Yes, you got to be.
We don't want to share it here.
You have to have do the whole process.
Research.
Yes.
The key.
We got a head start thanks to Kuya Bellas. So Nene Put's Vanilla Company, here we come. So we can add that to Nene Put's Pizza Parlor, Nene Put's Ice Cream. One day in Ackland, there'll be a
vanilla pizza.
There'll be a no. The ice cream is my deal. Okay, the vanilla, but I love vanilla ice cream. It's just a coincidence that we met up with Chuck and Caroline and this vanilla idea. So back in Ackland someday, we're gonna have Nene Put's Pizzeria and Nene Put's Ice Cream Parlor all in one there, and people will be able to visit and try it out. This is the jumping off point.
Yep.
All right. But Nana already is she loves growing orchids. So she's an expert on orchids, and Vanilla is a white orchid. So I think it's going to work out really well because the orchids grow really good back in Ackland. Right, Karen?
It grows out of different color of orchids.